Hey everyone, welcome to today's Facebook and YouTube Live. I'm glad you guys could all be here today. We have people tuning in from all over the world, as you guys know, and it is so fun to make those connections and see where people are from. So be sure to leave a comment below as to where you live because it is so fun to see our viewers really are from all over the world. So as people are jumping on here, I appreciate your patience as I am getting the hang of how to sync these together at the very same time. Misty Dawn, you were the first person I'm seeing on Facebook. Welcome. Glad you were here. And we've got Nancy, Karen, Soraya, and JJ. Hi, everyone. Welcome, Kimberly. It's good to see you on here as well. We've got Kathy Smith, Amber Lynn. Welcome. And we've got comments coming in too. So I'm going to try and reply to as many of these as I can. We've got people tuning in from Melbourne, Australia, South Carolina, Dallas, Anaheim, California. Stephanie Browning, it's good to see you. We've got Jennifer tuning in from Illinois. Jennifer Ross is from Erie, Pennsylvania. Welcome. Glad you were here. Lisa, thank you for tuning in. Lisa Griffin is joining us. Megan says she loves our family. Thank you. I do too. Nita is from Battle Creek, Ruthann. It's good to see you. Colette, hello from Liverpool, the UK. We've got Maisha tuning in from the Maldives. Jennifer is from Illinois. Welcome, North Texas, Oregon, Missouri, Kimberly. It is good to see you on here as well. Okay, you guys, let's get started. We have got a lot going on today at the Scott household. I've been busy editing the next vlog. You guys, I am getting better at all of this. My first vlog, as you know, took me about 10 and a half hours for those 5 minutes of vlog time that you all got to watch. So I am hoping to get a second vlog out this week, and I am just getting quicker at it so I can give you guys should just share a little bit more of a day in our lives. Okay, we've got so many people commenting over on YouTube right now and Facebook. It is good to see you guys. I really look forward to Wednesdays every single week. It's just something I look forward to. I feel like it's a way that I can get out of the house without actually leaving my house. Susan asks, are you still with Chad? Yes, and we'll be covering that. We've had several questions come in asking about how he is doing. I think he is giving a bunch of people from out of town an e-bike tour later today. It would be so fun to have him hop on one of these lives with me, that he is busy at the office today working. Let's see. Darlene is asking, how are you doing now with that dizziness you had? I did have a question come in previously about vertigo. I did have vertigo back in January. That really was not fun. It lasted for like 2 weeks. I went into fit physical therapy here in Southern Utah after trying everything, YouTubing different things that I could do. And they put me in this thing that they call their vertigo chair, and it really made a huge difference. So if you are experiencing vertigo, you live here in the Southern Utah area, I would highly recommend them. And it was pretty inexpensive too. Jenna says, you look cute today. Thank you. I just barely did my hair for the day. I haven't done my hair in like years. Or no, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm a little tired today. I haven't done my hair in several days. So I finally curled it today and I switched my hair products. So I don't know what I think about my hair today. I was going to share with you guys my hair, this back portion, the crown of my head, my hair. Some of you guys might already know this. Um, but my hair was falling out like in gobs. I switched to this like cheap clearancey product of mousse that I found at TJ Maxx, and I started losing my hair. And so it's just barely starting to grow back. So in the front, it looks okay. But in the back, like I lost like long pieces of hair. So I switched to this mousse from the brand Nexus. I found this at Walmart. I know you can get it on Amazon too. Nexus Volume Medium Hold. And I really like it. So it's really soft and gentle, I feel like, on my hair. The other stuff was just ripping my hair out. And then I'm out of hairspray, so I switched to this hairspray because I had like a little trial size. And I don't know what I think about this hairspray yet. It's a little bit like poofier than I normally do it. So that is why just switching products here, trying to budget. Okay. Um Delina says I use Nexus products as well and they're really good and I'm like you I have long hair. Yes, the other brand I was using for hair mousse, I think it was called like Bedhead. Um, and it just ripped my hair off. I think it works great, probably if you have short or like medium length hair, but for me, having long hair, it just ripped out chunks of my hair. So between supplements, um, like hair supplements and stuff, I'm finally growing hair back. Let's see. Nancy says she has the same hairspray. Yeah, it's good. I like trying things in travel size first before I buy the big old can, just to see if I like it and if it works for my hair. Um, let's see. Carol says, I have that same thing. I get vertigo and I get really sick. Carol, I had never experienced vertigo before. It was the worst 2 weeks of my life, like, it really was debilitating. I was vomiting and throwing up. I was dizzy. It was hard, to get work done. I could get, like, just the minimum amount of work done that I needed to for my family, but I'm feeling much better. Okay, Soraya asked, "What is the company called?" Are you asking about where I went for vertigo or the hair products? Soraya, you're welcome to ask that question again. Are the Quins looking forward to their birthday? Is Colette's question. Yes, they talk about it nonstop. Heidi says hair loss can be caused by stress or illness, also menopause. That is good to know. I have not gone through menopause yet, so I know for me it's not from that. Stress or illness, I would say both of those things I've had over the last 6 months, so it could be from that. It definitely was the mousse though, because I was finding just gobs of hair in my comb after using the mousse. What are some fun dates with Chad when the littles are with their dad? Um, is Cynthia's question. Chad and I have been spending more time together just about every day after he gets off of work. We spend time together and then he goes home back to his place every night. We really do enjoy just spending time together, watching a good show, um, and I don't know, maybe I'll come in a little bit more on that. Will you get your girls' haircut or styled soon? The girls are asking to get haircuts, and I'm getting the hang of cutting the boys' hair. Vivi has been asking for a new haircut, a new hairstyle, so I do need to watch a few YouTube tutorials so I can do the girls' hair too. Violet wants bangs, and I have mixed feelings about giving my girls haircuts with bangs because it's just more maintenance. I think it's easier for my girls to do their own hair when they don't have bangs and when it is shorter. But my girls, some of them are wanting to grow their hair out, some of them are wanting bangs, and they each want their own identity outside of being quintuplet. So we will see coming up what hairstyles we end up with, what the girls choose. But gosh, it is so fun raising these kids. They are just growing so fast. We've got growth spurts happening. Um, Landon's at soccer tryouts. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, he makes the high school soccer team. But as he said today, like even if he doesn't make the team, he's really excited because he still gets to play soccer for club. So we just got a lot going on over here at the Scott household. Kate says, I so enjoyed watching the gals doing the free throw. Yay, girls. Good to see Landon and Chad. Yeah. So if you guys haven't watched our last vlog that we shared, the we took the girls and the boys to the Utah Tech basketball game, and it was so much fun taking them to the university. The girls really had a good time, and I was so surprised that Daisy was the one that made the first shot. At the halftime, they invited the girls down on to the gym floor, and they got to shoot hoops. And I didn't know if they were gonna do it. Vivi was actually a little shy, but the girls down on the floor, that were there at the college were super helpful in teaching my girls, like, how to shoot hoops in the basket and just helped with their confidence, so that was really fun to watch the brothers cheer on the girls, and we just had a good time. So we also, at the halftime, The university invited us to come back and get like treats for the kids. So they had like popcorn and candy, and they just thought it was the most fun thing. Okay, Debbie says bangs are the worst. She does not like bangs on kids. Yeah, so I will see how the girls end up with their new haircuts. I'm thinking about cutting my hair shorter. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I do love having long hair, but it gets to a point where it's just so much work, and I'm to the point where I'm just not doing my hair as often as I would like to. Um Nancy says, looking forward to the three girls' reactions on the new shirts. I'm guessing, Nancy, did you send us new shirts? I need to go check our post office. I have just been running errands and doing all the things, but I haven't stopped at the post office yet. Delina says, no, keep that beautiful long hair. Chad really likes my hair long. But I don't know. I think it would still be long if I cut like even this much off. It would still just be easier to do, less maintenance. So we'll see. I may be getting a haircut soon. Cutting bangs is easy, Deanne says. Looky, okay. I wish I had a mom as cute as you. Well, that's really sweet to say. Okay, Nancy says yes, she delivered it in the last weeks. Okay, so it should be there. Renee is tuning in. Do not cut your hair. Jennifer says she likes it the way it is. That's really kind to say. Jenny says, love you and your family. Thank you. After months, I finally made my decision to cut my hair short. I've had the best haircut I think I ever had was a bob, and then I had these side swept bangs, and I looked so cute. So I know I would probably look even like 10 years younger if I cut my hair. But I don't know. For now, I'm kind of liking the long hair. My hair is something today, you guys. I don't even know about this hairstyle today. It's a little bit weird. I think you should get the trim, Patricia says. Julie says, I have had it cut 3 inches. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I like being able to toss my hair back in a bun or a ponytail. I just think it is easier to manage my hair, and then I don't have to wash it every day. For me, having bangs and having my hair cut shorter, I just feel like it gets dirtier quicker and I have to wash it more. Whereas, like having this length of hair, I can do my hair and wash it once a week. And I like less maintenance for my hair because I'm so busy with the kids. We've got people saying this is finally alive. Diane Kelly says she's finally caught alive. Well, welcome. I am glad you are here. This is so fun catching up with this many people. And I know some of you prefer YouTube. I know some of you prefer Facebook. Okay, you'd be healthier looking. Okay, somebody just barely these comments come in so fast, you guys, on Facebook. They're slower on YouTube, so I'm able to answer them. Greetings from Germany, from Berlin. Welcome. Rosemary says ponytails look great. Yeah, I have been like bun ponytail girl the last 3 days because I've been hitting it hard, editing videos and sharing content with you guys. It really has been a learning curve for me. Um, Diane says she's from Ohio and she remembers when the babies were born. Um, and Susan says you can slow the chat down. I know that you can slow it down with YouTube. I don't know if I can do that um, on Facebook. The comments you guys come in on Facebook so fast, and some people will write like 2 or 3 sentences. So I'm trying to read them like as quickly as they come in. Dolores, welcome. Never seen a live, so awesome. Glad you're here. Sally is from Wisconsin. Okay, you guys, let's dive in. We've had questions come in from the DMs. I'm just answering a handful because we had so many. So let's jump right in. So today we're talking about spring cleaning, house budgeting, growth spurts. Okay, I just want to say real quick, you guys, if you were local to the Southern Utah area, I just had Three Peaks Pest Control come out to my house and spray. Ever since we moved into this house, we have had scorpions. We've had a couple scorpions, and we've also had different types of spiders. and bugs. And so I called them today and they were wonderful. They came out so fast. And with this spring cleaning that I have been doing in my house, I have just wanted a clean house from like the outside in or the inside out. So anyway, I went and cleaned upstairs and downstairs and I just had me a day. But anyway, it's good to just pause for a minute and hang out with all of you lovely, lovely people. Um, let's see. Um, how long is the Quint school day is Diane's question. Um, School for them, they start at 9 o'clock and then they usually get out at 3:30. But this week is what we call SEPs, where you can meet with your children's teachers or teacher. If they just have one teacher, we have four. And so school gets out at 12 o'clock every day this week. So I did meet with each of my kids teachers, and I scheduled all of my parent teacher conferences back to back. So I met with teachers every 10 to 15 minutes. And anyway, yeah, the teachers are wonderful here in Southern Utah. They've been so great for my kids. And I actually love that they've been split up into four different classrooms. Okay, first question is from Gina. What are you excited to do with your kids this spring and Easter? Okay, if I can get this vlog edited in time for everyone, I took my kids out to the farm in Hurricane, Utah, or Hurricane. If you're local to Southern Utah, we say hurricane. But if you're not from here, it's spelled hurricane. It was really, really fun to see all the baby animals. My kids got to hold some of those animals, and it was just really fun. So I'm excited for warmer weather. I'm excited to get out of the house with my kids. I'm excited for Easter. I'm excited to celebrate their birthdays. They are turning 7 years old, and gosh, time goes by so fast when you are raising kids. Everyone says that, and it really is true having quintuplets for me. Kathy says, you are such a beautiful, positive, kind woman. That is so kind. I think I have just a wonderful support system that's so uplifting, and all of you are a part of that. So I'm so grateful for your continued love and support of my family as I am navigating this journey of life raising quintuplets plus two. Okay, Amy Youngman asks, are the kids ready for the end of the school year and summer vacation? Um, I don't think they've asked yet about summer, but they have talked about like vacations or trips that we can take as a family. So I'm kind of brainstorming that. Um, and depending on what my plans are for the summer, I don't know if I'm quite ready to share all of that yet. Um, but that may affect kind of what we do for the summer. So it's just kind of like a timing thing. Um, I've been watching you since forever. Okay, comments are coming in super fast on Facebook. If you guys send them in like one or two sentences, then I can read them a little bit quicker. Who helps you catch up with the PO box is Nancy's question. Okay, you guys, we have had a PO box since I brought the quintuplets home from the NICU. We had people sending in so many things in the beginning, and I was so very grateful. Like honestly, I hardly had anything for the kids when we first brought them home. So people that were kind of startup businesses and companies, sweet ladies, sewed my kids all kinds of things, sent us so many things. We had people sending us formula, clothing, toys, outfits, like the sweetest things. Amy, I'll answer your question probably in a little bit here. Um, and somebody else is asking pretty much the same question on Facebook. So we'll get to that in just a second. Um, so anyway, we've had a post office there, mainly for people just, I don't know, to send us whatever, or just like a sweet little card. And I'm grateful that sharing a portion of my life has blessed each of yours. And so I've debated, do I keep the PO box open? Do I not? Honestly, I think I think I'll keep it open. It's been a great way to connect with people over the last 7 years, and we are so very grateful. Allison is asking, what is your post office address? I can leave it in the comments, but if you scroll to the very top of our Facebook page, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you will find our P.O. Box address. You are welcome to send us a little note. Um, but I have been so grateful. We have received things from all over the world, people from Germany, people from France, hand crocheted items, some of our most favorite treasure things. I should do an unboxing of like a recent one, but also I have kept some of our most favorite things that people have sent us over the years. I haven't saved everything. If it was like clothing or things that I could share with others that was a family that had hired or multiples, I have given all of that away, and I promised the good Lord that if He would bless my family, I would help and share and bless the lives of others. So, anyway, yes, I will head to the P.O. Box, Nancy, here in just a little bit. I've had several people messaging me, Kim as well. Kim sent me the sweetest message through Instagram and just shared that both she and her sister are donating some things to the Quint. So we're just really grateful for that. And the kids are going to be so excited. You're thinking fan mail unboxing vlogs with two boys and Quints. Yes. So I do need to head over there. Will you have a combined birthday party with Skylar, or will each of you do your own thing? Honestly, Soraya, it's just easier for us to do our own thing. And the Quints love having two birthday parties. We each have, both my kids' dad and I each have really large support systems. So Skylar, my kid's dad, he comes from a family of 10 kids, and they all pretty much have large families. And so if we were to do a joint one, it would be massive and I think overwhelming for the Quins. And so it's just easier and more fun, I think, for dad and I and the kids and I to do separate. So I am brainstorming some ideas for my kids this year for their birthday party. Um, so it's kind of just up to the kids, but we did have somebody invite us as far as like a venue to have people come to. And so anyway, I'm just brainstorming what I would like to do, but we may likely say yes to that. Christiane says, hello, greetings from Germany. Love to you all. We love you right back. We love our fans from Germany. You all have just been so, so wonderful. And it's been crazy. Just like, I don't know. I honestly just thought I was going to have one baby with infertility to add to our family. I never thought in a million years it would be five. So this has turned into something so much bigger than I ever thought it would be. And I'm just grateful for each of you. Okay. Next question. KTM. Okay, I did not write your name very well. I think this was an Instagram question. Have you all adjusted to the new smaller house? Okay, so if you guys didn't know, I did sell my last house. My overhead was just too high. Interest rates were so high when I purchased that home. And so when this house came on the market, this was a brand new home and I was looking for a rental. It was downsizing. I did not know if this space was going to work. I still feel like this is too big of a house for my family, because we don't even use all the space. So downsizing to a townhome, it is smaller, but it is so light and bright and cheery. Landon especially loves how clean and modern looking this space is. The only thing I was really worried about was the lack of a backyard, but we have this patch of grass in the front yard that works out great and the kids love it. And it's everything we need. And it has just simplified our lives, raising or lowering my overhead. And then also the maintenance of the front yard and the backyard is taken care of by, I think, the HOA that we're a part of. So it's just been really nice. Okay. Eat Candy says, are you planning to move in with Chad when your lease is up this summer? Okay, lots of questions coming in about Chad. I will be answering those in a second. Um, it kind of just depends on what the summer plans are, is all I'm gonna say. But I don't want to move in with anybody until I am married. So anyway. Okay, and Amy's saying the same thing. Okay, we're going to talk about dating and all of that here in a second. Okay, Alicia asks, is Landon still taking guitar lessons? The answer to that is no. Landon decided he wanted to stop doing guitar because he has club soccer that he's a part of. He is trying out for the soccer team at the high school since he's in the ninth grade. He's hoping to make the team. I think we'll find out by the end of this week or next week whether or not he makes the high school team. He also is involved in choir at the high school and at the middle school. So he's just a really busy kid. And he's also one of those kids that's just really sensitive, a little bit more of an introvert, and a little bit more of a quiet kid. So he was the one that was like, I do love arts, I do love guitar, and I do love music, but I want to simplify. And since guitar lessons were in the morning, he decided to put a pause on guitar. So no, he's not doing guitar right now, but I do still hear him playing on his guitar in the evenings, kind of before he goes to bed, which is really sweet. You guys are good. Kathy, you're good on YouTube. Super smart here. You guys are clever ladies. Okay. Kathleen asks, do you and your co-parent each have a big band for the kids? Um, I have the original marital van. I like that I am debt free with having the van. So I have that for now. Dad has, I think, like either a Chrysler Town and Country, some sort of minivan. I've chosen to keep the car that I have because if as things are progressing here with Chad, he has 3 kids and it's just easier to travel and bring people with us. And it also has a hitch on the back of the car. So if we end up getting like a trailer or something fun like that to go camping, it just works out as a great family vehicle. But the gas, as I'm budgeting, it would be nice to have like a cheaper a, a car that's like cheaper with gas, if that makes sense. Let's see. Nancy says you're thinking mother and girls on online shopping clothes. Megan says your smile gives it away. I do like shopping online lately, though, you guys. I really love shopping at Walmart. They're coming out with some really fun clothing with their spring line between shoes and clothes that I just love it. I think it's great. If you're budgeting and saving money, Walmart has really, really upped their game as far as quality with clothing and items that they sell. So, okay, next question is from Charlie. What are the biggest differences in Landon's and Shaden's characters? So, if you guys are seeing some of the things that I'm sharing with you, these boys have a lot in common. They're both blonde, they're both blue eyed, they're both sweet as can be. I would say Shaden is a lot more like high energy, where Landon is a lot more low energy, like chill personality types. But they both are interested and love soccer. They both love choir and the arts. Landon plays the guitar, Shaden doesn't. Both my boys love to sing. Both of my boys like girls. Both of my boys like a specific girl. Um, uh, as far as differences, I would say Landon is a lot more like snuggly and affectionate, if that makes sense. And since he was little, and he's kind of always been that way, even as a teenager. So while he's growing up, it's a little bit less, but I think for the rest of his life, he'll always be just a very like affectionate, sweet kid. Maggie's tuning in from Pennsylvania. Welcome. Maggie's tuning in from Facebook. Rhonda, it's good to see you on here as well. Um, Nancy asked, do the girls know about K-pop groups? Um, I don't think they do. I did watch like K-pop, The Making of a Pop Star. I like watching shows at night when my kids are gone or Chad's out of town. That's a show that I watched. I thought it was really good and fascinating and interesting. But yeah, my boys have a lot of things that are in common. They both love their parents. They both love spending time with each of their parents and their siblings. They each love the Quins. Each of them has a different relationship with each of the kids, and that's been fun to see. Okay, next question is from Tanya Millward. Have you fully kicked the vertigo? Yes, I still have moments where I get a little bit dizzy and I just have to like take breaks or take it easy. But that also could be because my kids have had like one cold after the other, and then I always get it after. So it could be just dehydration. I love me a good Dr. Pepper, a good diet Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper Zero. Sometimes I forget to drink water and we live in the desert. So the dizziness could be from that or lack of sleep from just hustling with my kids. But I did mention this, Tanya, before. Fit physical therapy here in Southern Utah was awesome. And I only had to go one time and then the vertigo was gone. Okay, Hannah asked, what is the funniest thing that happened to you as a child? Love from Canada. Okay, well, I don't know if I was a child, but when I was about 12, 13 years old, 12, I went to my first dance and my mom bought me it was like, a school dance, and she bought me my first pair of high heels, and I was so excited to go to that dance, and I was walking down the bleachers in a dress and these cute little, like, platform heels, and I fell down the bleachers, and that was, like, super embarrassing, being 12 years old. That was probably, like, an interesting, embarrassing moment. I think number 2, the second would be so that was when I was growing up in Las Vegas. The second would probably be when I moved here to Southern Utah, and I was in middle school, so I was 13 years old, and it was, like, my first week of school, and on, like, the first day of school, I was walking into the school cafeteria, and the first friend I had made, her name was Paige. I didn't know anybody else here in Southern Utah. She said hi to me, and I just felt, like, so confident, and I walked in to the school cafeteria, um, slipped on a pepperoni, and landed on this really cute boy named Sean. And I was super embarrassed, but I don't think he was too embarrassed. He was just like, "Oh, hey, hi." So anyway, I ran into Sean, really sweet guy, at like the bank several years ago, and it's so funny to see him all grown up. But yeah, so slipping, tripping, those were kind of embarrassing moments for me between 12 and 13. I had a major growth spurt. I was one of the tallest kids in my class, had these super long legs, and then I just kind of stopped growing at 5'4", and that was that. So I didn't end up as tall as I thought I would be, but those are two embarrassing moments from my childhood. Jill asked, have you ever been to the Midwest, like Minnesota? The Mall of America would be fun for the kids. I have never been to Minnesota. I've been to North Dakota for like a speaking conference. I went and spoke to a group of women there. And that was pretty fun. But no, I've never been to Mall of America, and I hear that is pretty cool. Next question. Anne says she had vertigo since her kids were born. And she had to take medicine for mine. My doctor did prescribe some medicine, but it just made me kind of out of it. I didn't like how I felt. I just took it the one time. But the nausea was so bad. So he put me on that for just a little while when I went into Instacare. Nancy asked, do you know Rocket Girls 101 from China? I don't. Is that a K-pop group, Nancy? It probably is. Um, I eat candy. It says Dr. Pepper Zero is her favorite. It's impossible to find in Canada. Have you thought of doing memberships on here for extra money? And as far as YouTube, I I have not, like, I've thought about it. I've heard that people do that, for, like, extra content or things like that. I have considered it. I'm getting the hang of all of this, you guys, as you know. I don't know. I might do that. If I have, like, specific summer plans, I might do, like, a temporary, like, subscribe to my channel for extra content with some of those upcoming summer plans, but we'll just kind of have to see. Okay, next question. Mary ZM4 over on Instagram asks, do you have a word for the year? I think the word that keeps coming to my mind every day is I am in that season of motherhood is the word kind. And I think as women, we're kind to others, but sometimes we forget to be kind to ourselves. And so I've really been trying to shift the way I speak to myself internally so that it's more kind. I think I'm kind to everyone else, but sometimes I forget to be kind to myself. So my word of the year is kind. D. Cooper and one other person. You guys, I don't know how you pick up on these like tiny little things going on in my life, whether it's like a new mascara or a new eyelash serum. I had two people ask, "Have you lost weight?" The answer to that is yes, but not on purpose. I had a cold for over a week and I just didn't have much of an appetite. And I don't know how you guys pick up on this, but I shared over on my Instagram stories and Facebook stories. Two people noticed that. Yes, I have lost a little bit of weight from that. But since dating Chad, I have to say this since dating Chad, I have gained weight and it has been wonderful for me. I think part of that is when we're together, he is the type of man that feeds our kids first and says to me, "You go eat, I've got it." And anyway, I think for the last 7 years, I have put my children first, and it is so nice to have someone put me first in their life too. So, yes, I have gained weight and I have lost a little bit of weight from being sick, but I feel just really happy and healthy with the weight I am at. Um, Nancy says her cousin from Vietnam's birthday was yesterday. Well, Nancy, tell your cousin happy birthday. Hannah says, I love your down to earth personality. What's your favorite thing about Chad? I was on the phone with my own dad for about an hour the other day, and he just kind of asked those honest questions about, like, what is your favorite thing that you love about him? And I think I just feel like with Chad, I can breathe again. I don't know how else to word that. Like I just feel like myself again. I feel happy. I feel lighter. I feel brighter. I think he adds so much value to my children's life. I love that he is so respectful of my co-parent, my kid's dad, Skylar. I think our families blend really well together. Um, I like that he puts his children first and makes sure that his ex-wife is taken care of. I really admire a lot of the qualities that I see in Chad. They remind me of the same qualities I see in my own dad. Um, and so there's this familiarity, if that's a word, that I see in Chad that reminds me of um, life growing up with my own dad. So there's just so many things that I appreciate about this thing that started out as a friendship and something casual that has just grown into something very beautiful right now, which I really, really love. So, um, okay, you guys on YouTube are so sweet. When I think Nancy says she's thinking about sending a St. Patrick's Day card. That's so sweet. Okay, and I'm getting a little bit dizzy. I'm gonna go grab some water here. You guys, hold on just a second. I do get dizzy every once in a while. Let me go grab my water real quick. Yeah, this cold, you guys, has lasted for like over a week and a half. And like, anyway, I'm feeling better, but every once in a while, I'm like, okay, I just got to stop and breathe for a second. So don't mind me as I drink water here for just a second. Um, you guys are right on. Chad brightens your face when you talk about him, and you are right on. Yes, he is a wonderful, wonderful person. And I've known for a while it's going to take somebody special to be able to take on what my life is. I feel like, because how do you just start dating and say, by the way, like I have a bunch of kids? So I knew from seeing his profile that he was going to be just a very like salt of the earth, down to earth type of person. And I have just loved getting to know him. It has been almost a year. Rachel, it's good to see you on here on YouTube. Yes, so I'm just really grateful. Okay, next question is from Susan. How are the kids doing with independent reading? It looks like they love to read. If you've been following us for the last 7 years, you know I love to read. You know I love to read to my kids. You know I am a sucker for children's books, and I love going to thrift stores and I love vintage children's books. And we have had viewers send us the best of the best books, books from their own collection from like the 1950s and the 1940s over the years. And my kids have so many books. We have the best library that's going to grow with them as they age and mature developmentally with their reading skills. My kids do enjoy reading. Do we read as much as we did when they were younger? I would say no. This season of our lives, my kids spend a lot of time at school. So by the time that they get home, they want a snack, they want to play, they've missed their siblings. And then we go straight into dinner time, then straight into bath time. And trying to get 5 kids in the tub every night is like, oh my gosh. Some days they just don't want a bath and they stink, and it is a battle. So by the time we do all of that, now that they're older, they're just busier. We don't have as much time to read, but I have thought about um getting like, oh, what's the word? Like bookshelves, since the girls have a triplet bunk bed, and then like little lights so that they can stay up and read till they fall asleep. That was something that I told my big boys that they could do, because between 7 or like 7:30 to 8:30 was kind of like that reading time. And now that my kids, some of them have to go to bed at 7:30. But some of them wouldn't mind staying up a little bit later, but that way they'd be in their rooms. So I might transition to that, of getting them like these little ledges where they can put a few books that they're reading, that they're interested in, because each of my kids are so very different. But it's important to me to snuggle each of my kids and tuck them in every night, singing them songs, tickling their back. That was something that my mom did for me as a child, and I still remember it. So that's really important to me. So I don't know. It's all kind of things that I weigh. I don't know, maybe in the future, if I choose to get married, I will have more time for that in the evenings to read with my kids. Um, let's see. Hannah says her mom did that too. Yes, I still have some of those books that my mom read to my sister and I, and some of like the sweetest memories I have with my mom was that like period right before you fall asleep every night. So anyway, I know it's super important to my kids. So I I think this new transition and season of life the kids and I are going to be in, they will be reading more because we have all of these books and they can read independently. Speaking of which, I did meet with each of the kids' teacher. You guys, Logan is surprising me. He is above, or like he's above like grade level when it comes to certain things like math, comprehension, that sort of thing. And so, oh my gosh, developmentally, my kids are just growing and they surprise me every single day. But yes, my kids do enjoy reading. Do we read as much as we want to? No, but I hope that we will soon. Okay, next question is from Julianne. Is Landon's choir with the Mormon Church? So if you saw the Instagram and Facebook post that I posted recently, I posted a short little clip of Landon singing with his choir. It's not a part of the Mormon Church. It is his ninth grade concert choir that he is a part of right now. And so they had everyone from Southern Utah, the local middle schools, come to this choir performance. And then they had, I think it's called a judicator. Is that the word? Or like a judge come and critique the kids and give them things that help them sing better. And I think one of the things that they do year after year, I'm seeing it, I saw it with Shaden too, is here in Southern Utah, we kind of have an accent, like the Southern accent. And so they teach the kids, and just give them critiques of like how to pronounce their words so we don't like sound like we're from Southern Utah as much when we sing. So it just sounds better. Um Let's see. Regionals is what Rachel Wilkie is saying. Yes. Okay. So, Rachel, you and I were in concert choir back in the day in high school, if I remember correctly. And that's right. We would do regionals. And it is so fun for all of those kids to listen to the other choirs. What was the best memory of the NICU? Is Hannah's question. Um, Let me think about that. Okay. Best memory, hands down of the NICU, I think 2 things come to mind. The feeling of I made it, meaning if you can make it to the NICU, being a quintuplet mom, it just was like relieving at 29 weeks to know that like they could take it from here and my kids are going to be okay. I think hands down the very best memory though was the day that I went to hold my baby or babies, and I thought I was gonna be holding 2, but my nurses on that day, it was Carly, maybe it was Enrique, maybe it was another gal, I can't remember her name, but was the day that I held all 5 babies for the first time. That was the first time they had been reunited, and it was so hard for me as a mom to not have my kids, like, in me, like, I don't know, it was super weird, but to have us all together again, because to me, that was sacred time when I was pregnant with the twins, but it was also like, NICU time was sacred time for myself, my kids, and my family, so I would say hands down, it was holding all the babies the very first time that I got to hold all of the kids at the same time. Nancy asks, "What's your favorite thing about having 3 girls?" I would say how they each are opinionated now, and they're each so different. Some days they wanna be matchers, and some days they do not. Okay. Next question is from Jody. What are your goals with Chad and his family this year? Do you have shared goals, relationship goals? Do you want to travel? As far as education, what do you envision? I think that is a very complex question. I will do my best to answer that one. As far as goals with Chad, I want to get to know each of his kids better. Um, Do I wanna travel? Love to travel with him to those in the future. He's gone to Seattle. He'll be in Chicago soon here. I would love to kind of learn a little bit more about what he does for work. So yeah, I'm excited about those things. And then as far as education, I've I would love to go back to school. So as far as supporting each other with like goals, hopes, dreams, Amy, good question. Um, those are kind of things that we're talking about. So we'll just have to see, and I will share those things when I have more information with you all. Kieran asks, have you ever been to England? No, and I have ancestors that are from England, so it would be fun to kind of go to some of the places that they lived, and I am a big fan of genealogy, family history, things like that, and so there's certain places in the United States and the like, places that I would love to go visit where my ancestors lived, and I think the first place I don't know, it just feels like home. It is the weirdest feeling, but if you go and visit places that your ancestors are from, it's, like, familiar in a weird way, so, anyway, yeah, I would love to go to England. I would love to meet some of you that live in England too. I know we have a ton of people that watch our channel that are from the UK. Okay, I'm gonna look at Facebook for a little bit because I've kind of ignored some of the questions that are coming in. So if you guys have questions on Facebook, you can answer them now. We've got people tuning in from New Zealand. Welcome. Okay, Caitlin asks, is grocery shopping hard with your kids' allergies? And what's your best strategy when it comes to grocery shopping for your kids? So some of you know, 3 of the quintuplets have food allergies. They're allergic to eggs. Lincoln is sensitive to dairy. Logan and Violet and Lincoln are very sensitive to fruits, citruses, peppers, pumpkins, squashes. So I'm a little bit more limited when it comes to cooking for my family. So oftentimes, um, oftentimes, like, I just have to simplify, so I think that would, excuse me, be the word when it comes to grocery shopping for my kids, but I'm also trying to save money. What is your best strategy for grocery shopping? I look for things that are simple ingredients. So if I look at the back of a package and there is an entire paragraph as to what is in the food, if I can't pronounce the ingredients, um, chances are like my little kids are going to be allergic to some random ingredient. And sometimes it's hard to pinpoint um, what is the thing that they're allergic to. So I try and keep foods that we eat very simple. I do have picky eaters. So things that are our go-tos are like my kids love yogurt. My kids love making things like parfaits where they can pick their own toppings and have, like their own unique um way of doing things. Will you ever do a meet and greet? Is Hannah's question. I have done a couple of those and I love it. I would love to get back into public speaking again. I went to North Dakota. They flew me to North Dakota for that speaking engagement, and I did do a meet and greet and got to meet some amazing women that way. And I did do like a presentation, and I talked about like resiliency and hard things. I did that about 3 years ago. That was so fun. And then they had like a big dinner where everyone from the surrounding areas in North Dakota, women could come to that. So I think I was doing a live video, but then it was also in person at the same time. And then we had like a Q&A after. It was so much fun. I would love to do that again. I would love to be able to fly to different places in the world or in the country or within the state for public speaking assignments. I think that'd be so fun to do that again. But seasons, right? And right now I am in the midst of that season of life with my kids. But yes, I would love to do that. Um, Hannah says she's allergic to most fruits. It's been hard and she's totally understands. Yes, yeah. So we do fruits that are limited and we just try and find ones that my kids can have on occasion because a life without fruit is just no fun. I eat candy says coupons and price matching are a grocery lifesaver for me these days. How are you guys? How are you ladies saving money these days? Like I am amazed at inflation. I was out of butter and I went to the store to go get butter and bought the cheapest one they had at Walmart and it was still like almost $8 for butter. I'm grateful that like bread and milk, like basics are pretty inexpensive, but things like eggs are amazing to me at how much money everything costs right now. So I am trying to eliminate things that we don't need and simplify with what we do. Um okay, let's see. That is all the questions that we had come in from the DMs. You guys asked a lot of great questions today. Okay, Facebook. I think you should get a manager or something. I do have a couple of agents that I do work with. I do have like some networking people if I do want to do public speaking again. But honestly, I'm just trying to sorry. All right, Facebook friends, I just had my timer go off because usually school is out. Um, yeah, so I do have different people that I work with that I can reach out to, but I don't know. Are you guys interested? If I came and spoke where you live, would you be interested? I know like the Mormon church, so I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And they do have meeting houses all over the world. And they do know like the Mormon church. So I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And they do have meeting houses all over the world. And they do offer like what's called like a fireside where you can like go and listen to different speakers share about their life. Um, I don't know. If I did that, would you all be interested in that? If I came to your country or your state or your city, is that something that interests you? I have done it a couple of times and I really enjoyed doing it. Um, so along with that, yes or no, where do you live if you are interested? Okay, Kieran says, don't come to England. It's It's horrid here. Okay, so maybe I wouldn't go to England for that. Okay, do the kids have their own things or do they need to share everything? Now that my kids are older, they do have some things that are just personally theirs. But a lot of things we do have is like communal. So they just all share. But if something is special just for that child, they have to ask permission. If it's like a specific Barbie, they need to ask their sister first before they play with it. Bonnie says Southern California. Yes. Joni is from Ontario. Yeah, I wonder if we did this, that'd be really fun. I did get to be a part of I Am Mom Summit, and I got to do like a speaking thing that they did that was like worldwide, and that was so cool. So if you head on over to Instagram and you type in I Am Mom Summit, it was recently acquired by Sean Johnson and her husband. I feel bad because he's famous too, and I can't think of his name. They're both wonderful people. They invited me to be a part of that several years ago, and that was really fun, and you were able to watch it, like, live. It was really, really fun, and they do this every year, so that is coming up, where you can just improve yourself as a person. It's for moms, it's for dads, it's awesome. I Am Mom Summit on Instagram, they are amazing, and they just help you be a better you. It's awesome. All right, you guys. Well, I have enjoyed chatting with you all today. This has been really fun. I feel like I'm getting the hang of balancing talking to you all on Facebook and talking to you all on YouTube. I can't wait to do this again. I'm going to get back to editing another vlog for you. So hopefully you guys get two this week. I just recently cut the boys' hair, so you'll get to see that. And then we did a trip to the farm. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to see if I can get this out the door in time for tomorrow. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys real soon. We'll see ya. Bye.